What was all that again?
Yeats, secret room, mad power within. We cool, bro?
We're cool.
Pray, sir, a moment of your time.
Another one?
Another? Ah, another spirit, yes. Then with your question, you have answered my own.
Ah,
Forgive me, but I wish to know if you have seen, on your travels, that scoundrel Crowley.
forcefully mysterious man in a silly hat?
The very same. I knew he lurked here, but somewhere.
You mentioned a hidden room.
Yes, but on the matter, I shall say no more. Not until the beast is gone.
But I just wanted...
Not a word more, sir. Not a word more.
Why are you wearing a Viewmaster, detective? Oh, it's part of the game I'm playing. The game also involves me pretending to talk to invisible people. No need for further questions. Everything has been answered satisfactorily. Goodbye. Are you an author too? I don't recognize you.
Aye, but not like yon toughs with their literary fiction. I wrote useful stuff, like house wiring and how to do your own plumbing.
Think you could fix the elevator?
With the right gear I could, aye. I need a new button, mind.
Could this button replace the broken one in the elevator?
Let me see. Looks like it'll do job. Just a few minutes to pop it in place.
Thanks for fixing the elevator, Gale.
Happy to help. It were fun doing something useful again.
Oh, look! Doris must have finally fixed the elevator button. No, it was... Never mind. A collection of books that don't seem to fit anywhere else in the library, like How to Cook a Dinosaur, if you ever catch one, the Internet and Other Fads, and MMO Accountancy, Be the Fictional Banker You Always Knew You Were. Looks like you can get to the roof through here. Thankfully it's locked. I'd rather not go back out in that storm. That's one heck of a view of the city. I can't see anything through this Viewmaster. I won't tell anyone if you want to take it off. I will, but not just yet.
You barely make teenage girls whimper, Howie. Only because they cannot fathom the dread I conjure, Eddie. You play on common cliches. Your penny dreadfuls lack true horror. At best spooky pulp. Your best work aren't even written by you. Charlatan, fraud, undead trickster. If you feel that way, then why did you hide my work, Eddie? Again I say, I do not have your book. You probably hid it because it was too scary for you. Gah! You're an infuriating man.
What's going on here?
I didn't take his blasted book. It was that childish Blighton woman.
Why don't you tell him that?
He will not listen to me. He's convinced I hid it so more people would borrow my books over his. Nonsense, I care not for his current zeitgeist. My works are vastly superior. He's being such a child. I'm clearly the greater horror writer. I tore apart minds of a generation with my atheistic horror. With your atheistic rubbish. Right, I'll have you, mate.
Come at me, you sickly twerp. You too, stop it. Or I'll put you both in some kind of supernatural slammer. He started it.
Oh, I never. It was you and your...
I don't care who started it. I'm putting a stop to it. Wait right here. And not a peep. I've never been up here before. Because of the broken elevator. Because it's scary up here. These are one hell of an atmospheric fire hazard. Oh hey, big fan of your work.
Thanks!
Not you. Oh.
I think you should read this one. I read this one and thought it was good. What's it about? It's a story about this kid who can see dead people. Oh, that's not for me. I'm scared of ghosts.
Excuse me, did you steal Lovecraft's book?
He and that Poe fellow won't stop fighting over which one has the more frightful book. I took his book in the hopes it would stop their arguing.
It seems to have just made it worse.
Well, I shan't give it back until they stop their silly bickering. I just shan't.
How am I meant to stop those two fighting?
That is not my concern. You want this book? You stop their fight.
There's gotta be a scarier book than theirs around here. Surely that would stop their bickering. Why is the window onto the roof locked?
For health and safety reasons?
Can I get the key?
Afraid not.
Why?
For health and safety reasons.
I'd like to borrow that book you're reading.
You need a library card to borrow books?
Can I sign up for one?
No. I'm too busy reading my book to help, says...
Dule, can I use your card?
It still has fines on it.
I bet you wish you'd let me make a deal now, huh? The things I do for this job.
You received item, photocopy.
This is going to be the least convincing fake ID I've seen in all my years as a cop.
You received item, fake library card.
I'd like to borrow that book you're reading.
You need a library card to borrow books?
Like this one?
Oh. Well then, here you go, Paul. Paul? His name is...
My name is Paul. Like it says on the card. My card, Paul, Paul, Paul.
You received item, trashy novel.
Is this my book? No, it is not.
What is it? The most horrifying novel ever written, and it's not written by either of you.
Let me see that. Teenage girl, blah blah blah, reverse vampire, blah blah blah, love story, blah. It sounds terrifying. Its mere existence gives me shivers.
Do you agree it's more horrific than your works? Will you stop squabbling?
Agreed. Agreed. Can you believe something so hideous exists? Can you believe it's so popular? Stoker must be turning in his grave. I hope the poor chap doesn't know.
Well, they're gone. But now what? I guess I could tie up some of the other ghosts' loose ends. I've gotten them to agree on the scariest book. Can I have that novel now?
Good. I don't see why you'd want this vile thing, but I did promise. Here.
You received item, Lovecraft novel.
Aw, you ruined the kid's illusion, detective.
Can you see the ghosts too, kiddo?
Ghosts?
What nonsense are you filling his head with, detective?
I see them. They're my friends. Well, this one is. Some of them are less friendly. But I like them, because before they came, the place was empty. Just me and Doris, and she's only interested in reading the mostest, dreadfulest books ever written.
I met your friend, Yeats. He says you won't stop spying on him.
I find it most joyous to torment the man.
He says you want into that room you mentioned.
I do. I'm most bored here. I need something to do, something to read.
Why not use that computer to go online?
2 words. Safe search.
Oh, right. Maybe I can find some kind of a workaround.
Please.
Just stay here and don't do anything. Raxa, you mentioned you were looking for stuff on the internet. How did you get past the internet blocks?
Up to something naughty, detective?
Me? No, but I have this friend who needs to get past the library firewall.
That's quite well protected, surprisingly. I think Doris was worried somebody would hack in to steal her unpublished fanfiction. Better figure out the admin password so I can bypass the block. Want me to give it to you so you can use it too? Please.
You received item, admin password.
Okay, I've set it up so you should be able to browse whatever you want, no restrictions.
Excellent. You may not want to stick around for this.
Right, I'll leave you to your business. So,
shut the door on the way out. Did I sense? Yes, the beast's eyes are focused elsewhere. The air is clearer now.
Well, clear is maybe not the term I'd use.
Come again, sir?
Never mind, just don't go into that room if you can avoid it.
As you suggest.
Now, what's all this about a hidden room?
I'll share what I can. There's a place hidden behind the horror section on the 4th floor. The source of the phantasmic pollution afflicting this building is within.
How do I get in?
One of the books in the L section is a lever. Pull it and fix this. Godspeed, man.
Hear that, Dule? Hear what? Ah, yes, of course. We need to go to the 4th floor and open the secret room using one of the books in the L section.
Wait, how do you know all this?
Intuition? The book Yeats mentioned is missing. I didn't know you were a fan of Lovecraft. You're looking at the Lovecraft section? A bit too godless for my tastes. A Lovecraft novel, you say? Here goes nothing. That seemed to fit with a curious clicking noise. Right, we pull this and... Well, there's the hidden door Yeats and Crowley were talking about. Creepy doorways are a recurring motive I'm not too fond of. Let me guess. Staying here to cover me again? You got it in one, detective. Try to avoid getting knocked out this time. What the? What is all this? These are all contraband occult books. This is quite the nasty treasure trove. Why didn't I know about this stuff? A copy of Ripley's Cast It or Not. It seems to be open on the Summon Spirits page. Maybe if I close it, this whole mess will sort itself out. Ouch! Seems to be charged by this faulty wiring. I wonder where it goes. Those loose wires seem to run to the roof. So, what are you doing here?
Like the moth to a flame, I am drawn to the eldritch energies emitted from this book.
I like spooky books and electricity.
I even lit candles to up the spook factor.
Normal library fare, this.
You received item, skull.
The Necronominum, a cyclopean cookbook. 101 ways to get ritual stains out of your carpets. A brief history of time magic. Small hole. I don't fit, but maybe I can drop something down to see where it lands. I hope this works. Now to find where that landed. Hopefully without having caused any damage. A strange thing to see here.
What's all this noise? I can't hear myself read.
So kid, what do you know about the other side of that vent?
I didn't mean to do it.
Do what?
I was lonely, so I went exploring. I found all these neat new books. But the one I read was scary and I ran off. Then the ghosts arrived, but I liked them, cause now I have friends.
See, he meant no harm.
Troublemaker, arrest him. Breaking and entering.
Into your room of illegal books. Let's say both set of charges cancel each other out.
Only if you get rid of the ghosts and find him somewhere else to go once in a while. He can join me in the Blood Wolves.
Blood Wolves?
The mayor stopped paying the dib tax, so we had to change from scouts.
You okay with that, kid?
Sure.
That's great, but back to the task at hand. We need to stop energy flowing into the building and into that book.
You'll need to get to the lightning conductor on the roof. Here, have the key.
Dooley, we're going to the roof. But it's raining outside.
You received item, roof key.
Here we go. I suppose I've already ducked out of one room this case. I knew I played that card too soon. You did, buddy. You did.
This is why I end up with overdue fees. Every time I bring a book back, I end up on the roof in the rain. Who wouldn't avoid that?
What?
I get up to adventures when you're not around, you know.
I
don't just cease to be because Frankie McQueen's having a night in, but Darkside Detective. Pff, it should be called the Occult Officer.
I'm going to climb the ladder now.
Probably for the best. Do you need me to go all the way up there?
Scared of heights?
No.
Yes.
How come so much of our work is done at night and in the rain?
So, what do I need to do?
Get down as soon as possible?
Looks like the circuit is connecting the book downstairs to this aerial. I guess I should break that circuit, then wire the aerial to the lightning rods so the power has somewhere to go.
Ouch! My hand. Look, Detective, the storm is dying out. Imagine that.
Okay, we should be able to close the book now.
Trunk's filled, Detective. Though I don't see why we had to take all those books.
Dooley, they're contraband. Heavy contraband. We've an arrangement then, Doris.
You don't fine me for having the books, I don't sue the kid for entering the vault, I go back to business sans haunting.
You should also get that wiring fixed.
Fine.
Come on, Dule. Let's get back to the office.
See you at camp, Mr. Dooley.
See you there, Devin.
Case closed. Achievement unlocked. Ghost Whisperer.
The Darkside Detective.
Away with you, Spartans! Away with you, cows! Uh-oh. They're hurting my ball. When exactly is my ball gonna disappear? Take a jump! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Take this!